and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me here today. Today I'm going to be talking about my recommendations for the Sephora Spring Sale Event. So in this video, I have a lot of products in front of me that I have been using for months, if not years. So these are the products that I absolutely love and highly recommend. There are about 3 exceptions though, and those are products that I recently purchased in preparation for this video. So those are products that I was very curious about that I would plan to purchase during the sale, but I wanted to go ahead and buy them before the sale so that I could give you my thoughts and opinions on them so that you could make wise decisions in your sale purchasing. And additionally, everything that I'm talking about in this video today, I either have on my face or I used on my face as skincare getting ready for this video. So let's go ahead and get started with the skincare that I used this morning. I actually did not use a cleanser, and I typically don't use cleansers in the morning. I just splash my face with water, and then I used a toner. And this is a toner that I have never talked about on my channel, and this is the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mist. And I don't know why I've never talked about this on my channel. I think I've had this since the Sephora sale that happened in the fall, and I really do like it a lot. I don't reach for it as often as the other mists that I have in my collection, but I actually really do like it. And using it this morning, I was reminded of how much I actually really do like this mist. It's one of those milky type of mists that reminds me of Korean skincare essences, but I really do like that it is in a spray format. This has squalane, aloe, arnica, oat, and niacinamide in it, so the ingredients are really beautiful and the mist is really fine. So it is a really great mist slash essence, and as you can see, it is quite small, but that does make it really nice for travel. And then after misting with this, I did go in with another essence, and this is a new launch from Mara. This is their Pearl Peptide Glaze Facial Essence. This has pearl powder in it, peptides, as well as beta-glucan, and this is absolutely stunning. And this is one of those products that I was mentioning that I purchased for this video. I was very intrigued by this product, so I wanted to try this out so that I could let you guys know how I felt about it, and I really love it. This is not gonna be one of those videos where I go super in depth about products, but I do want to show you this real quickly in terms of the texture and what it feels like on the skin, because I am really in love with this. Even though I've only used it a few times, it feels gorgeous on the skin. The scent is very light. Now I feel like maybe I read a review where somebody or a few people were mentioning that the scent was a little bit on the strong side. Now I am very sensitive to scents, and I feel like this is very light. It just has a very light citrusy bergamot type of scent. Very mild, dissipates really quickly. And like I said, this is a gorgeous essence. It has that really lovely humectant type of feel on the skin, where it's a combination of a watery essence that has a little bit of an oil slip to it as well. Sinks right into the skin. Just really beautiful. I'm really pleasantly surprised by this product. I mean, I kind of figured that I would like it, but I really feel like I love this product. And I feel like the packaging is really beautiful and elegant as well. So this is a little bit of a first impression review because I've only used it a few times, but so far I am really impressed with the Mara Pearl Peptide Glaze Facial Essence. And then after using this, I put the Merit Great Skin Moisturizer on top. Now, I have spoken so many times about this on my channel, so I don't really feel like I need to talk much more about it, but this is a really beautiful moisturizer that has a really lovely skin finish to it. It performs beautifully under makeup. I really like using it as a primer. I also like using the Great Skin Serum in combination with it. Now, I did not use the Great Skin Serum today, but that is a regular staple in my rotation as well. But this whole combination of the Summer Fridays Mist, as well as the Mara Pearl Peptide and the Merit Great Skin Moisturizer, that combination really felt great on my skin this morning, so I felt like I could just stop there. Before I start talking about makeup, there are a few other skincare products that I do want to recommend. Now, this is a product that I do like using during the day, and I use this almost every day. This has really become my favorite vitamin C serum. This is the In Beauty Green Machine. I really love this stuff. I've talked about this so many times on my channel as well. It has appeared on monthly favorites. I think I have put this on at least one year-end favorite list as well. This is an incredibly well-priced serum that is loaded with beautiful, beautiful ingredients, including the tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate, which is the vitamin C ester that I really prefer in my vitamin C serums. I believe it also has niacinamide in it. I'm not 100% sure if it has lactic acid. I can't remember verbatim the ingredient list, but I do know that it has such beautiful ingredients in it. So like I said, I'm not going to take a deep dive into every single product here, but suffice to say, I absolutely love this vitamin C serum. A couple of other products from In Beauty that I am really loving is a new launch from them. This is their Extreme Eye Cream. And an ingredient that I'm always looking for in eye creams is coffee seed oil or some type of coffee extract. So this has coffee seed oil in it. It's also loaded with peptides. And this is one of those very creamy, emollient type of eye creams. Very, very emollient, which I love. And once you put it on your skin, it stays put, which I really, really appreciate. If you have watched my channel in the past and you've heard me talk about under eye products, you know that I cannot stand when under eye products migrate. I know that I am not the only one who has that as an annoyance. But yeah, I just really don't like it when eye products migrate. So this is one of those eye creams that stays put wherever you put it. It's not going to migrate. So I really do appreciate that. And like I said, I just love the slip of this. It's just very creamy, very, very emollient. But as I said, it does not move around. And even more importantly, I really love how nourished and hydrated my eyes look in the morning when I do use this at the nighttime. And I really do feel like it also helps decrease puffiness. And then another release from In Beauty, which is relatively recent as well, is their Elastic Skin Serum. And this is more of a lotiony type serum, as you can see. It is one of those kind of watery gel type of lotiony serums. So definitely a hybrid there. And this is loaded with incredible ingredients like copper peptides, wild yam and vegan growth factors, vegan collagen amino acids, and ceramides. So that's why I really like to use this overnight, because your skin does a lot of repairing overnight. So this is one of those products that I like to use right before I go to bed. So I've mentioned in the past that a lot of times I will end up doing my skincare early in the evening. So a lot of times I end up taking a shower around 5 o'clock in the evening, and then I'll make dinner, and then we'll watch a show or whatever. So typically right before I go to bed, I'm not gonna do my whole skincare routine again, but I do want to put on a layer of cream or some type of lotiony serum. So I will reach for the In Beauty Elastic Skin for that purpose quite frequently. I also mentioned that a lot of times I will reach for the Typology retinol cream, but they don't carry that at Sephora. So I am including the In Beauty Elastic Skin in this video because obviously you can get this at Sephora. And another thing you've heard me talk a lot about on my channel is I love mixing a retinol oil or any kind of facial oil, but typically a retinol oil at nighttime with another serum. So I love mixing this one with the Live Botanical Ambient Moisture Liquid. So I mix those two together and I apply this in the evening or in the nighttime. So this Alpen Beauty product has become a huge favorite of mine. I absolutely love it. It also has salicylic acid in it, so it's really great for clarifying. That's why it's called the Clarifying Facial Oil. Now, Alpen Beauty also has a new release, and this is their Super Sculpt Serum for face and neck. And I love that they have come out with a product that focuses on the neck, but that you can also use it on the face. Now, this has their Super Peptide Complex, which of course is going to target fine lines and wrinkles. It also has prickly pear in it as well as lactic acid. Now, I just received this maybe a week or two ago, so I've only used it a few times, but so far I am really loving it a lot. I really love the texture of this product. This is definitely more of a gel texture, not that lotiony type of gel texture, that as it melts into the skin, turns into more of an oil. And from my experience with this product, it is almost unscented, barely any scent that I can detect. And also my experience has been this product really absorbs into the skin very, very nicely. So as I use this product over the coming months, I will definitely let you know how I feel about it and its efficacy, but so far I have really been enjoying this product. All right, so now I think we're ready to move on to the makeup portion of the video. So as I was saying, I did all of my skincare this morning, and then what I put on top of my skincare before I actually put on any kind of a foundation is the Say Glowy Super Gel, and I love to use Sun Glow because this gives your skin just a really beautiful, radiant type of tint that makes it look like you've just been sitting in the sun all day. And I'll show you what this looks like. And because this has a gel in the name, you will see that this has a gel type of texture. Now, the amount that I put on my hand is way too much for my hand. This is the amount that I would use for my whole entire face. So I'm gonna kind of smear some off here. So this is a little bit more true to the effect that it gives to my skin when it's on my face. Very natural, very pretty. And of course you can fine tune how much you want to use in terms of the effect that you want to get on your skin. And I have had this bottle for at least 2 years, maybe even longer. And it is still going strong. It still smells very fresh. It has not started to turn at all. And this is a very reasonably priced product. So I really feel like this is a great value for how long this has lasted me and for how much you get in this tube. So after I put the Glowy Super Gel all over my face, I then applied some concealer. Now I am still loving the Tower 28 concealer. This truly has become my favorite concealer. Now the one that I use most frequently is K-Town, but every once in a while I do also use this lighter one. And on the bottom it says CC. Now I think that might be 3cc. I don't know the exact name of this one, but anyway, this one is a little bit lighter. It is a little bit more peachy toned, and I did use this one as well today, just right here and right here, just on the inner corners of my eyes, because I did have some dark circles under my eyes this morning, so I did want a little bit of that peachy toned concealer to help conceal those a little bit more. But anyway, I really do love the Tower 28 concealer. I find them to be very blendable, very smooth, very creamy. I've never had any issues with them creasing. You do not have to set these, they set themselves. But having said that, I did use a little bit of the Kosas Cloud Set powder today in Candy. This is one of those pink powders. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that pinkiness in this powder on camera here, but it does have a little bit of a slight pinky hue. I did use a little bit of that today because I did use some pink blush on my cheeks, and I'm going to get to that in a little bit here. But when I do use a pinky tone blush, I do like to use some of the pink powder to kind of help blend in the pinky tones of the blush. So I did use a little bit of this today, and I am putting this on my recommendation list because I still really love the Kosas Cloud Set powder. My color that I use when I use it all over my face is Comfy, but I also really do like the pink powder, which is Candy. Now I realized I got a little bit ahead of myself because I was mentioning with the concealer that I typically don't need to use powder, which is definitely true. And then I jumped into talking about the powder, but actually before I used the powder, I did put on a little bit of a complexion product, and I did use the Merit Minimalist Foundation Stick, and my color is Bisque. Now when I use the Tower 28 concealer, I typically don't need to use that much of a foundation product because I'll tap the concealer, under my eyes, and then I'll put a little bit along here. I might even dab a little bit on my forehead, and then I buff it all out. So a lot of times the concealer just does double duty as a foundation as well. But today I wanted a little bit more coverage all over my face, so I used the foundation stick as well. And so I ended up just swiping it along the lower parts of my cheek. I used it on my forehead and a little bit on my chin. And then I just swirled a fluffy brush. It was the IT Cosmetics Dual Foundation brush that I love so much. So I buffed it out all over my face. And again, I absolutely love this Merit foundation stick. It has been a favorite of mine for so long. So now that I've applied the base products, I'm gonna go ahead and move into the color cosmetics. And I absolutely love the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. My color is light medium. I have spoken about this product so many times on my channel. And as you can see, this is well loved. I have hit pan, and I typically use my Merit #1 brush to apply this pretty much all over my face. So typically where you put your bronzer, so the high points of your face, your cheekbones, forehead, I put it a little bit under my neck. So as I mentioned, all of these products are on my face today. So I do have this on my skin today to just brighten up my face. It does help to give my skin a little bit more warmth, but it really is very difficult to overdo this product, and that is why I love it so much. It looks very natural. It also provides just a very subtle luminosity, and I just adore this product. And if I were out of this product, I would definitely be stocking up during the sale. And then typically after I do my bronzer, I will go in on my eye look. And today I'm going to recommend the YSL Mini Clutch in 710. The 710 palette is their warm browns and cool nudes. And this is so, so gorgeous. I love this palette so much. I got this, I believe, during the last Sephora sale. Now, I have heard so many people raving about this palette, but it is quite expensive. And honestly, I just never felt drawn to any of the colorways. But I think this one in 710, the warm browns and cool nudes, is their most recent launch. So when they came out with this colorway, I was completely smitten with these colors, and so I just decided to take the leap, and I'm really glad that I did because it is so, so beautiful. So I have every single color from this palette on my eyes today, and I absolutely love the look. Now I have the matte color, this light sandy brown matte color all over my lid, so as a wash of color. And then I took this cooler taupey brown color, which has a very subtle shimmer in it. I put that on the movable lid, and then this high shimmer peachy color, I use that as a topper. And then I use this rich chocolate brown color as an eyeliner. And then, like I said, I just love the finished look, and I have never had any issues with this palette. Every time I use it, I love how it looks. And here's a close-up to show you what they look like. I use this color as a one and done. I'll use this as a one and done. This one here is just so gorgeous as an eyeliner. And the texture of these is so smooth and creamy. Hopefully you can get a sense of just how smooth and creamy they are. So beautiful. This one too, just so stunning. It's this gorgeous peachy, shimmery color. And then this one, this dark brown one here, so, so rich. And then these again over here, especially this shimmer one, just so gorgeous. I just absolutely love this palette. So if you've been on the fence, I highly recommend it. And obviously the sale is a great time to get it. And like I said, I used that rich cocoa brown color as an eyeliner, so I didn't feel like I needed to use an additional eyeliner. So the only other thing I have on my eyes is the Say mascara in brown. And I have really fallen in love with this mascara. I really love the brush, and I really love how it splays out at the top, which really allows you to comb it through your outer eyelashes and also your inner eyelashes. And I love this brown color. It's a neutral brown. It's not too warm. It doesn't lean too red. And I just find it very, very flattering. And I love how the mascara lengthens your lashes. It separates your lashes. It gives you volume, but it doesn't get clumpy. It doesn't smudge throughout the day. And I find it very flattering and very easy to apply. So this Say mascara has really become a big win for me, both in the black and the brown, but especially in the brown, because I have had a hard time finding a brown mascara that I really, really like. So big rave for the Say mascara in brown. Now let's go ahead and move on to blush. I actually have two blushes on my face today. I have the new Tower 28 blushes. These are the Get Set Blur and Set Matte Powder Blushes. And Tower 28 actually sent me three of their colors. They sent me Long Beach Iced Tea, which is a earthy rose pink. So this is Long Beach Iced Tea. I might have said Long Island. This is Long Beach Iced Tea. And then Culver Crush is the Pink Peach. And then I have Samo Spritzer, which is a rosy mauve. Now I have not tried this rosy mauve yet on my face, so I can't really speak to this one, but I have really, really loved the Culver Crush. This is the peachy pink one. This is beautiful. So I have used this with a fluffy brush and used it quite liberally and found this one to blend into my skin very nicely. It gives a very diffused, blurred type of look that I have really enjoyed. But today what I have on my skin is the Long Beach Iced Tea, the Earthy Rose Pink. And what I did is I applied it with kind of a smaller brush, and I'll put a little bit more on, and I put it on the high points of my cheekbones and then kind of blended it out with a fluffy brush. So that's what I did today. And I actually have another mirror down here just to make sure it's blended pretty well. And hopefully you can see the color, which is really, really flattering, at least on my skin tone. And I think that it's going to be a pretty universally flattering color for those of you who are light to medium. I don't know if it's going to show up on skin tones that are darker than medium tone. I think if you have darker than medium, you're definitely going to want to maybe check out Samo Spritzer or some of the other darker colors. But anyway, Long Beach Iced Tea is really, really pretty in terms of a neutral, earthy color. And even though it's a matte blush, I think it still gives a nice diffused kind of glowy look. So it's not like it's super radiant or illuminating, but it is slightly, actually I take back the glowy. I just think it's a nice natural skin finish. It's very, very flattering. I also got the new Say blush. This is the Super Suede Powder Blush, and I got the color Mia. Now I purchased this myself. This is one of these new purchases that I just received very recently for the sale so that I could review this for you. And I really, really like this. So the color Mia is a soft rose, and I applied this to the apples of my cheeks today, and I'm gonna apply a little bit more. And I really, really love this color, and I love the finish of this blush. So I've only used it today. So today is my first impression of this blush, but so far, I am super, super impressed. I really love this radiant glow that this finish provides, and I also really love this color. So I have been leaning more towards peachy pinks and earthy colors, such as the Long Beach Iced Tea from Tower 28, as well as Culver Crush. These are the colors I've been leaning towards over the last year or so. I've been steering away from rosy blushes, but Mia, the soft rose from Say, I think is working really well for me. And I think it's because it does have some warmth and a little bit of peachiness in it. And this luminosity that it's providing is really, really beautiful. So I am very, very impressed by this new Say, what are they calling it? This Super Suede Powder Blush. So I'm really glad that I got it for this recommendation video, and I'm really intrigued to check out the other colors. Now I do know that some people have not been super psyched about the packaging of this blush. I feel like maybe they could have been a little bit more innovative on their packaging, but it is definitely not a deal breaker. But I did just want to go ahead and mention that the packaging itself aesthetically does leave a little bit to be desired. Now, before we move on to lips, I want to mention the highlighter that I have on my face today, and that is the Westman Atelier highlighter stick, or their lit up stick, I think is what they call it. And I really love the color Nectar. I've spoken about this one a lot on my channel. It's a golden peachy highlighter that is incredibly easy to use. I feel like this is one of those easy reach type of highlighters where I can just grab this real quickly. I can just swipe it on my cheeks, no problem. A little bit on the bridge of my nose. And I know that it just gives me a nice, natural, kind of that lit from within glow that's never going to be over the top. It's kind of foolproof, and I just really, really like it a lot. So I thought I would just add on a little bit more, because I feel like when I applied a little bit more of the blush, and then when I used this fluffy brush to blend in that blush, that maybe I tamped it down a little bit too much. So I wanted to apply just a little bit more of that highlighter. So now let's go ahead and finish up the makeup portion before we move on to a few perfumes that I wanted to talk about. We're going to finish up with the lips, and I'm going to mention something I'm really excited about, and this is the Merit Signature Lip Sheer Lip Liner, and the color I have is Bespoke. And as I mentioned in a previous video, I've actually had this product for I think maybe a couple of years now, and that's because it was limited edition in a holiday kit that Merit put out. But now it is finally a part of the permanent collection. So I'm so excited that I can talk about it now. And the color that I have is Bespoke, and it is a pink brown, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. And the other thing I want to show you is that on the end of this lip liner is a sharpener. So you always have a sharpener with you if you feel like you need to sharpen the lip liner. So I love that about this lip liner. So anyway, I love this trend of lip liners now, of thicker lip liners or more diffused lip liners that give a soft line to the outline of your lip. Because first of all, I'm not great at applying lip liners, so that real defined lip line is just not for me because A, I don't do it very well, and B, I just don't like that look on me. I really like that softer, diffused lip line look. It's just more flattering on me personally. So anyway, I really love this color. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It is what I have on my lips today. I'm not going to reapply it just because I don't really think that I need to, but I will reapply what I have on my lips, and that is another new release from Merit, and this is a new finish of their Shade Slicks, and this is their Sheen, and this is a pearlescent finish, and I have the color Twin Set, and this is a mauve color. And again, this is another purchase that I made for this review because I really wanted to be able to tell you guys my thoughts on this. So I'm going to do a little swipe on my palm and show you that color Twin Set, which is so pretty. And I think it works really well with the Bespoke lip liner. So I will apply a little bit more of Twin Set on my lips. And for those of you who are familiar with the lip slicks, this has the same texture of the lip slicks that many of you probably know and love. I feel like it's very, very similar. It's maybe just a little bit on the thicker side, but it still feels pretty much the same. I absolutely love taupe, the Shade Slick color taupe, and I wear it all the time. I can't really tell that much of a difference except for I do think this is a little bit thicker, but it still feels pretty much the same, very comfortable on the lips, nourishing, hydrating. I feel like this new finish is going to be a very, very big hit for Merit. I think this color is really, really pretty. They have 3 other colors as well. They have a color called Tabby, which is a rose brown, Biarritz, which is a nude peach, and Pointel, which is a cool baby pink. So I'm super curious about those as well. So anyway, I think they've knocked it out of the park in particular with this color Twin Set. I would not be surprised if it sells out for the Sephora sale. So if you guys are interested in these new lip slicks, in this new pearlescent finish, I would definitely jump on it sooner than later. I also would not be surprised if the lip liner in Bespoke sells out quickly too, because I think that is going to be another huge crowd pleaser. Also, as a quick aside, because I have Bespoke on my mind, I am still absolutely loving the Bespoke Flush Balm, so highly recommend that as well. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I use that one several times a week. It is so, so beautiful. Now we're gonna go ahead and dive into some perfume recommendations for my perfume lovers, and if you are a perfume lover and you are not aware, I have started a second perfume channel. It is called Trish Notes. So if you have not yet subscribed over there, I would love it if you would pop over there and support my new channel. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into my perfume recommendations. These are going to be super quick, rapid descriptions of these perfumes. The first one is Mon Guerlain. I absolutely love this perfume. It is so, so good. If you are a fan of the Guerlainade, which is the DNA of so many beautiful Guerlain perfumes, and the Guerlainade, if you are not familiar with, is the base of many Guerlain perfumes, and that includes vanilla, bergamot, tonka bean, rose, jasmine, and iris. And this perfume contains all of those. Now, I don't know if tonka bean is actually listed in the notes of this perfume, but I would bet money that there is definitely tonka bean in here, because when you smell this perfume, you definitely get the sense of the Guerlainade in this perfume, which, like I said, historically is in so many perfumes and goes all the way back to the early 1920s from when this perfume house was founded. But even though it has that classic base, it really has a modern spin with lavender and vanilla. And even though lavender and vanilla are also classic perfume notes, there is something about the way the lavender and the bergamot open up this perfume that does feel very modern. It feels very bright and it feels very light on the opening, but because it has that deeper classic floral heart, you can tell that it is a Guerlain perfume. And the dry down feels very cozy and very vanillic, and it really settles onto the skin. I have it on today. It settles onto the skin very beautifully, and again, a little bit more modern than the vintage Guerlain perfume. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, but if you are a Guerlain fan, I highly recommend this perfume. You probably want to have this in your collection. This is the 1 ounce size, which is so cute, so sweet, a little bit less expensive than getting the larger bottle size. So this is a great time to get it during the Sephora sale. I also want to make quick mention of Glossier Dew. This is a beautiful fragrance that I did review over on my perfume channel. So if you want a deeper dive, go check out my perfume channel for the full review. But I will say that this has a beautiful kind of sparkling, creamy top with some iris and a beautiful ambery dry down. It's a very light ambery dry down, so not a rich amber, but a really nice ambery dry down with ambroxan. I really have fallen for this perfume. I love this travel size, so you don't have to make the full bottle purchase if you don't want to. And I do think this travel size is really beautiful. It's really unique, so it's not just like a generic travel size. So during the sale is a great time to get this because I think the travel size is already very reasonably priced. So the sale's a great time to get an extra discount on that. But if that sounds good to you and you also would like a little bit of a hint of Palo Santo, definitely not a true Palo Santo type of fragrance. Even though Palo Santo is listed in the notes as just a little hint of Palo Santo, you might want to check this one out as well. And then finally, I only have a sample of this perfume. This is Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. And this is a gorgeous neroli fragrance that in my mind has a good amount of petite grain in it. Now, I don't think petite grain is listed in the notes, but for me, I get a lot of petite grain in here. But I did want to mention this because I have actually talked about this a couple times now over on my perfume channel. So I've really got this perfume on the brain. So I needed to include it in this recommendation video. So that wraps it up for my Sephora recommendations. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate your time so much. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would do so. And if you like the video, please do give me a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. Bye.